Oh my gosh, once you put your lashes on, it's like you that bitch. Like, you that bitch. Hey guys, it's Serena, and for today's video, sis, I will be showing you guys how I get ready to take my Instagram pictures. In this video, I'll just be showing you guys how I do my makeup. I do have an Instagram tutorial going up of how I crimp my hair, so that will be up soon if it's not up already. But yeah, I just show you guys basically how I get ready, the techniques I do, and all of that good stuff, so you look a really beat on camera for the gram. If you guys aren't subscribed to my channel already, be sure to subscribe, obviously, and click that bell notification button so you're notified every time your girl posts a new video. Also follow me on all my socials, they'll be linked down below in the down bar as usual. And without further ado, let's get started, poo. On me, on me, on me. Ooh, shoot, shit is flying everywhere. Oh my. Alright you guys, so first for primer, I'm going to start off with my Benefit Porefessional primer. This is the Hydrate one, so it won't dry out your skin as much as the original primer will. And I literally love the smell of the Porefessional primers. Like, they smell so good. Oh my god. And I'm not really doing eyeshadow today, so I'm just going to skip to the face makeup. So for foundation, I'm going to be using two foundations. I'm going to first take my Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation, and then the second one I'm going to use is my Too Faced Born This Way one. I use two just because the Clinique one is darker, so I like to put it around the perimeters of my face, and then the Too Faced Born This Way is a tad bit lighter, so I put it in the center just to make a nice contrast. Yes y'all, I got a new little headband thing. The hair store was actually open surprisingly during this whole thing, so I got a new head cap because why not? I also got a new bonnet as well, but it was fucking too small for my head, so I gave it to my mom because she has a very smaller head than I do. So I got a lot of hair stuff. I also got a whole bunch of stuff restocked on so many things from Ulta. So if you guys want to see a haul when all my stuff comes in, just let me know down below in the comments if you want to see that. I'd be happy to tell you guys what I got. On me, on me, on me. I need to like pin this whole section back like that. There we go. And then make sure you blend it all the way down your neck. Cause I be seeing bitches with their fucking makeup line like this, and I'm like, sis, do you not see your neck? Can I just ask you that? Did you not see your neck? Like, I just be baffled by that. How can you miss your neck, babe? I just want to know. So don't be that bitch. Please don't. All right, and so for concealer, I'm going to take a couple kinds. The first one I'm going to use is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Concealer. I literally have so many of these. I have more in my drawer, but I love them. They're super affordable. They're really creamy. They last long. They're not drying. So I'm going to take a few shades of this. So to start out, I'm going to be using 160. So I like to use a kind of more skin tony shade first to start out with, and I put this shade underneath my eyes. And then I'm going to be taking the shade 165. It's a little bit deeper. I like to put this over my top lip just because it's not too light to leave a stark white cast, but it is bright enough to make sure my upper lip doesn't look too dark. And then for the bridge of my nose and my forehead, I like to take the shade 150. I know guys, I'm using so many of these concealers, but I'm telling you, they're super good, and I'm being really specific on the type, or not the type, the shade of concealer I use in every area, just because I need to have it really right for my Instagram pictures. So sorry I'm so meticulous about it. It is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
And then I also take 150 and I put a little bit underneath my eyes. You want to start with a base shade first underneath your eyes, kind of similar to your skin tone, and then you work your way up to the lighter colors just so they can make your under eye brighter gradually. And then to top it off, I only usually do this step when I'm taking my pictures, so then I can get a really good highlight underneath my eyes. But I'm taking the Instant Age Rewind concealer from Maybelline, and mine is in the shade Golden, and this one's really light on me, so I just take a little bit in my inner corners to brighten it up a bit. All right, so I'm gonna let all these concealers sit for like a minute or so just to get them a little bit tacky, and it also gives the concealer more coverage. You can wait like 60 seconds or so, 30 seconds to 60 seconds, and then wait to blend it out, so then it'll have more coverage. So I'm just gonna wait for a minute, and then I'm just gonna tell you guys what I'm gonna set my concealer with before I blend it out, so I don't get creases and shit. But I like to use my Fenty Beauty setting powder in the shade Honey, and then I mix it with the RCMA No Color Powder. I mix the two because this one has a very fine consistency and it actually sets really good. It's just that it's a little bit too dark for underneath my under eyes, and then the shade before this was way too light for me. So I love this one, but it's a little dark, so I take the Fenty and I mix it with the RCMA to give it a little bit of a lighter color. And plus this one is very fine as well, so it'll be good for pictures. I just mix them together in an old edge control container that I washed out, and it gives me the perfect color. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out with my beauty sponge, making sure it's damp, and then setting it with the concoction powder that I made. And then make sure you really pack the powder on the sides of your nose, especially in those creases if you do crease right there or if you just have an oilier nose. I like to just move my nostril and then put the powder there. And then also set those smile lines so they don't crease either. And then what I do to set the rest of my face is I take the Laura Mercier powder. It is the medium deep shade, and I just put it on all the areas that I didn't apply that lighter powder. Just so when you apply the bronzer and blush, it doesn't streak and it doesn't stick to any patches. So just make sure you set your entire face as well. And your neck, don't forget to set your neck. I'm watching you. We looking good, slime. Okay, now time for my favorite part. You guys know I love my bronzer, so I'm gonna take my Too Faced Dark Chocolate Soleil bronzer. And I'm just gonna go ham, you know, bronze up my whole face, contour my nose. When I get to that part, I'll show you guys how I specifically do it, but for now, y'all can just watch me contour and bronze up my face. Alright, so I just finished bronzing up my face with the Too Faced bronzer. But now to add a little more depth and contour, I'm taking the Makeup Revolution X Patricia Bright Face Palette. This one's in the shade You Are Gold. I'm just going to take this center shade right here, the dark contour shade. I'm just going to take that on the very like hollows of my cheekbones right here just to create some depth and make it look more snatched, if you know what I'm saying, baby. Okay, and as for contouring my nose, I'm gonna go back into that Too Faced bronzer. You're gonna wanna use a lighter shade. Use the same shade that you bronzed with, not necessarily that you contoured with, because the contour one is probably gonna be a little bit too harsh. I'm just taking this Milani, this is the all over shadow brush, I believe, and I took the bronzer and I'm just gonna go on each side of my nose first, making your shape. If you guys wanna make your nose like more wider, you can do more on the outside. If you want to make it slimmer, do more on the inside. So kind of go for what your nose needs. In my case, I'm going to make my nose look so snatched and small. Even though my nose is already very tiny, I like it for it to look small from the front as well. Because my nose already looks very small from the side. So from the front, it's gonna be even more snatched, baby. So I'm just going on the sides of it, not on the direct sides of my nose. You're gonna wanna take it in more so it looks a little bit more pinched, and then the gag is to bring it up to the front of your eyebrow, because that's what really creates that like eye socket into the nose contour. And don't worry, we'll be blending this out later, so don't fret, but just kind of sketch out how you want your nose to be shaped. And then I'm gonna go on each side, so kind of make a V at the bottom of your nose. This is gonna be a different technique for everyone because everyone obviously has a different nose, but if you guys have a similar nose shape to me, you guys can follow this technique or even try it on your own and see if it works. And then I go on the top of my nose and do a little shadow just so it looks like it's going lifted as well. I'm just gonna blend that out with my fluffy brush, and then I'm just gonna take that same bronzer, since we're not using eyeshadow today, and put that on my upper lid and my lower lid just to create some definition so it's not super blank there. All right, now for blush, I'm gonna apply an oldie but a goodie. This is from the Becca x Jaclyn Hill palette. This is very, very old, but you know, it still works, I hope. I'm just gonna take the blushes in here. I mix them all together. There's like 3 of them. So I'm just gonna take them all. Any like pinky type of blush you have, or even berry blushes look really good on brown skin. So I just take them all, tap off the excess, and then put it on my apples, and I also work it into my bronzer and contour just because you don't want it to stop directly on the apples of your cheeks. And then I gotta put some on my nose. If you don't, who are you? All right, and then my next step is to cut my face. So not cut, but cut. I'm gonna be taking my Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade 35. I just take it on a beauty blender and I'm gonna cut like the bottom of my cheekbones just to make my cheekbones look really sharp and like more defined, and then also the sides of my nose so my nose contour can be sharp as well. And instead of doing a straight like line down, what you're gonna want to do is go from your smile lines, and you're gonna want to go upwards. So you're gonna want to curve it and bring it like that, just because that's more of a natural look. If you wanted it to look more harsh, which I don't think you should, but if you did, you would probably do it straight just because it's more of a straight line and it's more like able to tell like, okay, she cut her cheekbones. But if you do it in a curve where your natural cheekbones arise when you smile, it doesn't look as harsh. So just a little tip to curve it upwards. And then I'm gonna take some on the sides of my nose. All right, y'all, so I let this sit for about like 5 or 10 minutes or so. Usually during this time, I would kind of fix up my eyebrows. So I'm just gonna apply some eyebrow gel to them. This is the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. But before that, I'm just going to make them look a little bit better by using my Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Granite. And what I do is I go through them a little bit just because from all the powder and whatnot, they could have got lost a little bit. So I go through them and then I do little flicks in the front of my brow just to give it a more realistic effect. And then I'm gonna take the brow gel and put it on top. And then also while I let my face bake, I'm gonna put on some eyeliner. So I don't do a wing usually anymore. I just take a line on the top of my lid. So I'm gonna use the NYX Matte Black Liquid Liner and just put a thin line on my upper lid, just so when I put on my lashes, it covers the lash band better. Alright, so after my liner is applied, I just wipe off the bake. And you might have a little bit of a harsh line, but we're going to take that away because we're going to spray our face. I'm going to use the Morphe setting spray and spray my face. The setting spray just kind of locks your makeup in place, obviously, but I like to do it after I finish wiping off my bake just because it gets rid of any excess powder and it gets rid of all the harsh lines without getting rid of the kind of definition that you created by baking, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna let this dry for a minute before we move on to our lashes. Alright, so for lashes, I'm gonna take my Loreal Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara and put it on my upper lashes. And I like to apply mascara before lashes just because my lashes will have something to sit on, and it's easier for them to be on here with mascara because it has like a base underneath it. And also because when you put on your lashes before you have on mascara, and you're gonna have to add mascara after you put them on, and if you put mascara on after, it's going to be on your false lashes and that ruins your lashes faster. You don't really want to get mascara on your lashes, especially if they mint, girl, because you know they'd be like $30 and we in a pandemic, we gotta save every dollar, baby. But yeah, so I would recommend putting it on before if you can, just because it'll save you a lot of time later. And then while my mascara dries, I'm taking in this eyeliner. This is the NYX Wonder Pencil in the shade Medium, and I just take it on my waterline just so my eyes appear brighter and bigger. I don't know if you guys can tell a big difference, but this is my eye with the eyeliner in the waterline. It kind of brightens it up and makes it appear larger, so I'm just gonna do the same to the other eye. And onto my lower lashes, I do like to use a different mascara than my top lashes. I like to take the Bad Gal Bang from Benefit and put it on my lower lashes. And then for lashes, I'm gonna take some of my favorites that I just discovered. These are the Sweetheart lashes in the style Lindsay. Sorry, my exposure is kind of bright, so I don't know if it'll focus all the way, but these are the Sweetheart lashes in the style Lindsay. So I'm gonna pop these babies on and I'll be right back with y'all. All right, make sure you guys do pinch your lashes together because it is very much so clockable, especially in pictures. Oh shit. Especially in pictures when your lashes aren't on all the way, so make sure you are clamping them together with like a tool or your fingers even. And I also use the House of Lashes lash glue to apply them as well. Then I'm just gonna go over it with some eyeliner again just to make sure that lash band is completely covered. Oh my gosh, once you put your lashes on, it's like you that bitch. Like, you that bitch. All right, you guys, in time for highlighter, I'm going to be taking this one by Loreal. It's called Gilded Honey. It's an oldie but a goodie. I literally have so many highlighters, so I'm trying to switch them out as frequently as I can, but you guys know any highlighter that you have will work for this step. And then to highlight, I'm using my Morphe M510 brush. Period, bitch, period. I like to kind of OD with my highlighter, especially when I'm taking Instagram pictures, because it is kind of hard to catch the lighting of your highlight in your Instagram picture, depending, like, doesn't matter the day or whatever, especially if you're inside. Usually if you're outside, you know, the sun will get your glare of your highlight, but you're quarantined right now, you're taking pictures inside, so kind of want to make sure that the camera can see your highlight. So I kind of OD it just a little bit. And then when I smile, I love to put it on the apples of my cheeks because I don't want my highlight to just stop right there. Like, I want it to be like every angle I turn in any picture, you can see my highlight. So don't worry, we'll blend it out, but just kind of put on as much as you think you need. Kind of start off with a little bit because you can't really go back after you apply too much, but you can keep adding. So just take your time with it, you know. you'll be fine. And then when it comes to my nose highlight, I take the Morphe M507 brush. It's a very small little blending brush, and I just take it on the tip of my nose. I do a little small dot, and then I take it on the very bridge of my nose, and I really focus on this part right here in the center, kind of up where my brows start to form, because that really brings attention to the contour that's about to start where your nose is. And then the gag is to take some right on the sides of your nose, because then right here it's like boring, but right here it's like, oh bitch, she that bitch, oh my god. And then I'm just gonna top off this highlighter with one more. This is the Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder. Oh wait, I forgot to put some highlighter on my eyes, so let me put the Gilded Honey in my inner corners and also on my brow bone. I'm just gonna take the Diamond Glow Powder. This stuff is super pigmented, y'all, so be careful when you use it. I only use what's in the cap, and it's just like, wow. This may look OD on the camera, but for Instagram, it looks super duper good. So if you guys are trying to take pictures for the gram or whatever you're taking pictures for, these highlighters look really good together. And then again, just blending everything together with a blending brush. And then I'm gonna spray my face once again with the Morphe setting spray. And then so many people ask me about my lip combo, which I'm surprised because I wear it in damn near every photo and video. But I'm just gonna keep it simple and do a nude lip for today because it'll go with most of my outfits that I decide to wear for whatever kind of picture or theme I'm going with. For today, I'm gonna start off with my ColourPop Lippy Pencil. Yes, I do have a backup, so don't come for my little nub. It's in the shade BFF3, so I'm gonna take this first and outline my entire lip. All right, and then to go on the outer portion of my lips, I take the shade BFF4 from ColourPop, the Lippy Pencil, and do the same, but just go a little bit lighter, like lighter handed, not heavy handed, but light handed. I don't know if that's a word, but we're gonna use it today. I'm literally so sad, you guys. This MAC lipstick is my favorite. It's called A Girl's Got Needs, but literally there's literally nothing in there. I even tweeted MAC and they were saying how that they were giving me another option for another lipstick. I think it was called Kinkster, but nothing compares to this, you guys. This is my favorite lipstick, especially for my skin tone. It just makes me look so cute. So I'm sorry to discontinue that you guys can't get it, but MAC told me that Kinkster is a similar color to A Girl's Got Needs from MAC, so I guess you can try that one out. But I'm gonna ride this joint till the wheels fall off, so I'm taking just a little brush and going in the inside of it to get the lipstick out. Then I'm just going to put it in the center of my lips to make a cute little ombre. And I don't know if I'm gonna add some gloss. I might for the pictures, I might not. I've been digging the matte lip look lately. But if I do, my go-to gloss is the Fenty Beauty Diamond Milk. It obviously got kind of brown from me putting it on my lip combo all the time, but this is definitely my go-to when I do want to wear a glossy lip. And then last but not least, I just started doing this actually more recently. If you guys don't know, I do have a couple like little moles on my face, not too prominent, but I can see them. So I do like to kind of put them out a little bit because they do get covered up when I put on my makeup. So I just want to make them stand out. So I just take my NYX liquid liner and I kind of dot over them. It just gives my face some character, and so it doesn't cover up my moles from my makeup. I kind of bring them out a little bit. So I'm just gonna do that. If you're using liquid liner especially, wait for them to dry a little bit, and then I just take a random blending brush. It has a little bit of bronzer on it from when I put it in my crease, and then I go over the moles I made with the brush just so they don't look too harsh and like I literally stamped on eyeliner. And you're gonna want to make them look a little bit more natural, so I go over them with a blending brush to ensure that. This is the final look. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for my actual Instagram picture, outfit, hair, and all, and I'll be back with you guys for the outro. Wow, who am I? Who is she? We don't know her. All right, you guys, this is the end of the video on how I get ready to take my Instagram pictures. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I also did a hair tutorial on how I crimp my hair. It should be going up on Instagram soon. I don't know if it's before this or after this, but there's a hair tutorial on this exact style coming your way, sis. Yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you guys aren't subscribed to my channel already, be sure to subscribe, baby. What you doing if you don't? And click that bell notification button so you're notified every time your girl posts a new video. Also follow me on all my social media sites. You guys are the drill. They will be linked down below as always. I love you all so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. All right, bye guys.